Next in the tank is a product that helps prevent mealtime accidents.
Hi Sharks, my name is Berlyn Haughton. I'm from Franklin, Tennessee, and I'm seeking $100,000 for 10% of my company, the Table Tyke. Mealtime with kids is exhausting, especially when they're so little, they're still learning to keep their heads above their own necks. They hit their heads, they chew on tables, or they just create a disaster zone. And eating out with them, forget about it. I would take my son to the restaurant, pull him up to the table, boom, he'd hit his mouth, or he'd start gnawing on that germ-infested table edge because he's teething. That's why I invented the Table Tyke. It's the only multifunctional silicone placemat with a table edge bumper. It's the parenting hack you won't regret buying. Our half-inch tall bumper not only protects them from hitting their heads and chewing on the table, but it also catches spills, making cleanup so much easier for the parents. You can put the food right on our non-slip gripping mat. As soon as they're done eating it, you can shake it off, roll it up, pull the loops over each end. The mess stays in the mat. As soon as you get home, you can unroll it and throw it in the dishwasher. The Table Tyke is great for snacks, meals, and activities, and it grows with your kids, from babies to toddlers to big kids, and now even adults. The Table Tyke XL is double the size for double the fun.
That's for really old guys?
For you, for the old guy. This is perfect for baking, crafting, potting. The uses are endless because sometimes us big kids like to make a mess too. Sharks, don't miss out on the opportunity to roll with us as we are keeping babies safe, kids entertained, and messes contained with the Table Tyke.
Good job.
Thank you. Sharks, you have samples in front of you.
Is a child hitting their head on the edge of the table a big deal? I mean,
I actually have a friend whose baby knocked their tooth out.
Ouch.
Yes. The reason that I started the Table Tyke is because when we were eating out at restaurants, my younger son would always hit his mouth, or there's just germs. I'm not even a germaphobe, and it grossed me out. So when I started talking to their friends, I'm like, do your kids do this too? And sure enough, it was like unanimous. Everybody had this problem with their kids. This is when my idea started. I'm like, if I made this mat with the bumper, would people buy it? Across the board, people thought it was brilliant. Everybody that sees the mat says, that is genius. When are you going on Shark Tank? All the time.
And here you are.
And here I am. It's a
Just like that.
Just like that.
Tell us about the sales.
So we launched at the very end of 2020, $10,000 in sales. The next year we did 24,000. That was 100% grassroots. I didn't do nothing on social media. It was like really word of mouth.
And then
my goal was to double in sales last year. I quadrupled in sales, did just under 100K. And this year projected to do 200K.
Why do you think word of mouth hasn't carried it further to generate more sales?
Over 60% of my sales last year happened in Q4. So we hit our boom through that word of mouth because I started using TikTok. So once I had that social proof, people are seeing it, then all of a sudden people are buying it, and they're buying it again for their friends. So people love the product. I just need help getting it out there more.
I have 5-year-old twins, as you may know.
Yes, I know.
I've lived this problem.
Yeah.
This is a great product.
Thank you.
I've done a lot of investments in this space.
Yeah.
Here's the challenge. Is this big enough to sustain a business, or is it a one-hit wonder?
So I have that concern too. This is a product that people love, and the good thing about the Table Tyke, a lot of the placemats that are out there are used for a very short period of time. My almost 8-year-old, we literally still use this mat. People are willing to spend 25 bucks on it because they're gonna use it for years.
But that's not good if I buy it once and it stays with the child.
Yeah, what do you sell it for, and what's your
So
price?
it's $24.99. It cost me $4.90.
That's good margin.
And I just
margin.
lowered it by $1. So we have great margins.
Are you doing this yourself?
I am.
So it's a one-man band?
I have an Amazon consultant. I know what my weaknesses are. My strength is not Amazon. So I have gotten it into 80 boutiques across the country. We just started retail less than a year ago. I like the boutique space because my margins are better than big box retailers. I need to find a PR company and get on BuzzFeed. That
You need to do it
goes
yourself.
viral.
You need to-
I'm trying,
you need to
but
do it
I will
yourself.
tell you, having a PR company reach out for you on your behalf gets your emails
Sure,
read.
but PR is not going to get you the sales you want
That's
on a
one
consistent
piece.
basis.
Look,
Yeah.
it's really hard to play the PR game because there's so much noise out there. The successful companies in your space have figured out how to communicate on social and do it in a way where they acquire the customer just when that baby is at the right age. And it ain't easy. But I can't add a lot of value here. I had my kids a long time ago. I remember them banging their heads and everything else. I mean, I just don't even want to go back there. So
Me either.
I'd like to invest in products I actually use so I
Right.
can push my.
Give it 5 years, Kevin.
Well, maybe the XL. That's
no,
what
I
I'm thinking. I'm
appreciate
going to
that.
need the XL. Look, I love it, but it's not for me.
I understand.
I'm out.
Well, thank you.
You know, Berlyn, I'm kind of in the same boat where I think you've done an amazing job, right? To go from where you started to being able to have a great product, putting it together yourself.
Yeah.
You deserve a ton of credit.
Thank you.
But this is just not my wheelhouse. So for those reasons, I'm out.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Berlyn, you made a really nice product. There is competition out there, but in a sea of others, you came up with something unique. Sometimes it's not good to bring in an investor. I think you just need to keep doing what you're doing and make it a great living for you. I wish you good luck, but I'm out.
Thank you. Well, I would love to have you as a partner. I don't
But
want to
what
be
we have
pigeon-
here right now is a business that doesn't have room for a shark. I think you've been terrific in what you've produced here. I just think you are on the verge of really doing a lot of sales, and the answer is in social media.
Yeah.
This is a time and a place for TikTok and Insta, but there's no room for a shark, so I'm out. Yeah.
Thank you.
You still have one shark left. Robert, what are you doing?
Look, after 15 years, I want to invest in stuff that I think has a really big return.
Yeah.
I don't see the vision beyond $1 million or $2 million, and I want to invest in bigger stuff.
Yeah, I
It's just
understand.
not for me right now.
Okay.
Fantastic design, but I'm out.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I
Congrats,
just really
Berlyn. Good
appreciate the
luck.
advice. Okay,
Thank you.
Thanks,
Congrats.
everybody.
Thank you, Berlyn.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I, of course, wanted a deal, but the Sharks were so complimentary, and they said a lot of great things about the product and that it is a good product. So getting the validity from them just makes me want to push even harder.